Hi everyone, welcome back to One Data Wizard. In this short lesson, we'll learn two important concepts that directly affect your joins, keys and relationships. We will dive deep into concepts like primary key, PK, and foreign key, FK, how relationships work, and how to enforce it with real SQL and JOIN. Let's start with some tables. It contains customers, address, and orders tables, each with a primary key that uniquely identifies each row. The main rule is it must be unique and not null. Here, customer ID was chosen on customers because names and emails can change, and a primary key should be immutable across the entire database to avoid reprocessing. Now, let's assume a customer can only have one address. In this case, each customer ID in customers will have a customer ID in address. However, a customer can place multiple orders, having the foreign key customer ID in orders, pointing to the primary key customer ID in customers. Here, the condition is, to have an order, a customer must exist. In this case, the customer ID in orders must contain and a counterpart in customers. A foreign key is a way to enforce the existence of a primary key in a one-to-many relationship. Now, if we observe the relationship of these tables, we see two types, one-to-one and one-to-many. However, there are other types. In summary, the most common relationships between tables are one-to-one, 1.1, or one row in. A relates to one row in B, like we see in customers and address tables. One-to-many, 1-1N, or one row in A, relates to many rows in B. Each row in B relates to one row in A, like we see in customer and orders, many-to-many, MN, or many rows in A relate to many rows in B, usually implemented with a junction bridge table. A common example is the relation between students and courses tables, self-referencing, recursive, or a table relating to itself. A row points to another row in the same table. For example, an employees table where you have a manager ID referencing a employee ID in addition. Relationship can be optional if the foreign key is nullable or mandatory otherwise. In summary, primary key, unique row identity, non-nullable. Foreign key, linked to another table's primary key and can be nullable. Keys exist to prevent duplicates and orphan records. The relationship types between tables are one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many, and self-referencing. They can also be mandatory or optional. I hope you liked the content. If yes, provide your like, subscribe to this channel, and share with others. See you in our next class.